Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Lunch with Al. I'm 88 and feeling great. That's my mantra for this year.
Looking excellent.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Now you threw me off my stride. All right. So I'm at a luncheon at AJ's, and I met Nathanael at the luncheon, and we just hit it off. You know, it's like simpatico. You meet people, and they feel good. And then I met another person who I'm going to interview next, and she and I hit it off. And then those two met, and they hit it off. And so it's really nice to be at a group where you have similar goals, similar values, similar opportunities. Yeah. And so that's why I stress in these videos, surround yourself with whole food, plant-based people.
And that's the power of positive social connection.
Well said.
Yes.
Well said. Yes.
One of the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine.
Oh.
And that's how important
I suspect you're going to tell me more about that.
Oh, sure. I sure can. Yeah.
First, let me ask a few questions, or I'll just let you run with it if you'd rather.
No, you can.
Okay. How long have you been whole food, plant-based?
I have been whole food, plant-based since October of 2017.
Okay.
And that was when I was at a primary care conference back when I was working for a health system in New Jersey. And I was in a neurology fellowship. And thankfully I went, and that changed my life. And I was looking for the root cause of chronic disease ever since I was a little kid suffering with severe asthma.
Is this, the next question is going to be, and are you leading into it?
Yes.
Segue? Good.
Right.
What caused you? You don't need a script. What caused you to become whole food, plant-based?
Yep. And it was because I grew up so sick as a kid that I wanted to get to the root cause of why I was sick all the time.
Would you like to
explain severe asthma?
Yeah. Severe asthma.
Severe asthma, where I guess the best way to describe it is it can happen at any time, and it feels like drowning on the inside. It's a very terrible problem, and it definitely is life-threatening if it's not treated right away. So I was trying to get to the root cause my whole life, and then I went to nursing, and then became a nurse practitioner. And I still didn't get to the root cause of chronic disease until I went to this primary care conference at my job. And that's where I heard Dr. Joel Furman made it very plain and simple. Either you can take your statin pills for your high cholesterol with all these side effects, and it's only so effective.
Yeah.
Or you can just eat whole plant foods and eat greens and beans and onions and mushrooms and berries and seeds. Oh my, right?
Oh my.
And with I was going to add there, and with no side effects, and it's
and it's cheaper,
almost very significantly less expensive.
Yes,
and it's almost always effective.
Have you tracked your cholesterol?
Oh yeah.
Would you share that?
Yeah, my cholesterol is excellent. The last time I had my
what did it used to be?
Well, I never really had my cholesterol drawn prior. So I don't really have a baseline of how bad it was.
Okay, so that wasn't one of your symptoms?
No, it was never. But my cholesterol did become so good. My LDL cholesterol, the range, I believe, is about 60 to 99.
Yeah.
But there is a number where it almost guarantees one not to have a heart attack.
And Eshelson said there's a number of total cholesterol that guarantees that it's under 150.
Okay, and then
what's yours?
Even further into that would be LDL should be less than 70.
Right.
And so that's the gold number.
Okay, back to my question. What is your total cholesterol?
Oh,
or you don't know?
You know, my total cholesterol, I don't know.
I'd
have to look at it, but it's definitely on the lower end.
Okay.
Of normal.
So obviously you've answered some of it, but what benefits have you received from being whole food, plant-based?
Let's see. I am no longer fluctuating with my weight. I did used to be obese when I was my entire childhood, including my adolescence, from steroids that the doctors would prescribe for me.
For the asthma? Wow. Yeah, side effects again.
Significant side effects.
Yeah.
So I would say my benefits are I'm no longer on any medications for my asthma. I do just have my inhalers as needed.
Right. Do you need them very often?
Hardly ever.
Good.
Unless I expose myself to something that I'm known to be allergic to, like if I go into a house with a cat.
I have that problem. Yeah.
That'd be a different story, but it's night and day.
That's not asthma. That's allergies, right?
Asthma is an allergic disease.
Really?
It's
Okay.
just it's
I
allergic
learn
disease.
something every day.
There you
Good.
go. Asthma is basically just an allergic
Okay.
disease in the lungs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you? Oh,
And I didn't tell you all the other benefits
oh,
I've had.
please.
Let's see. So I've had so basically asthma is in remission unless it's provoked by something that's a known allergic trigger. I've had great weight loss. I'm an excellent weight now, and I for the first time in my life I have a six pack. So that I didn't used to have that. I still have some saggy skin from back when I was obese.
I'm not going to go there.
So I would say that's a big benefit. Let's see what else. I have lots of energy.
Oh, I always ask people, has your energy level increased notably?
I believe it has.
Good answer.
I'm trying to think what other benefits I've had. Maybe it'll come up later as I think as we interview. I'll let you know other benefits.
No, we're not going to be here all day.
Oh, okay. Trying to think of all the other benefits I've had.
Okay. Do you miss any of the food you used?
I do remember. One thing I wanted to add was I no longer get sick like I used to.
Yes.
The common cold.
You don't get the cold.
I haven't got.
Whatever happened to the cold?
When I did get COVID once or twice.
Yeah.
During this.
Oh, you did.
During time, yeah.
Oh.
But outside of that. Oh, sorry. Outside of that, though, I never get a cold.
Fantastic.
I used to get sore throats all the time, and those are all resolved.
Yes, absolutely. Do you miss any of the food you used to eat?
I can't. Not really, because I found that I can recreate any unhealthy past recipe I used to like. I can recreate it in a healthful way, and I really enjoy it.
Well, you and your partner are your own best cooks.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Precisely. And actually, that's the reason why I really like chefs like Chef Brittany Giroudi, for example, and I highly recommend following her. It's the Giroudi family.
Oh, good plug.
And she has a membership for $10 a month, and you get access to all the work she does, which is phenomenal. She specializes in taking unhealthy recipes and making them healthy.
Nice. Now, this is one I'm going to ask, because I ask everybody. I know the answer to. Have you ever been tempted to fall off the wagon? And don't say yes, tempted, but never doing it.
It does happen. But what's really important is that you realize that the mistake that was made, and you just correct it afterwards, and you just get back on the saddle the next meal.
Yes,
that's all you can do.
That's all you can do, and don't thrash yourself for doing it. And this lifestyle is self-rewarding, which I love about it. You think, well, no, I feel so good. Nothing tastes as good as you feeling well. I'm sorry, I'm my little talking there. Now,
and I have a quote.
Oh, please.
I invented it. I don't think I'm pretty sure I'm the first author of it.
The first author.
I think it's true that you're only as strong as your environment.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I set up my environment to be perfection at home, so that way I'm never tempted.
That really is close to being a system.
Yeah.
I don't know if one of my favorite authors is Scott Adams of the Dilbert fame, and he talks about there's no such thing as luck. It's all a system you set up. And I've heard a definition of luck was preparedness meets opportunity.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
a good one.
That isn't luck. That's preparedness.
That's right.
And it recognizes the opportunity. Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap this up.
Okay.
I've talked enough. You haven't, but I have.
This was my interview.
What would you suggest to someone that's either thinking about going on this lifestyle or is on it and is a little tentative, a little wavered? Did I do the right thing? Or maybe I can't be as good about it as I want. What advice would you give?
I have a single best advice, and this has been tested in the real world.
Okay.
So I'll never forget, I used to work at Ethos Primary Care, which is the world's first farm-based healthcare system.
Yes.
So it's a doctor's office on a veggie farm.
Yes.
It's a really unique place in New Jersey. But next door, there was a bed and breakfast, and the owner's her name is Iris. She's a lovely lady. And when I stayed the night there one of the days that I worked at this farm. And
what's all this beeping over there?
Is
that me? Oh, I'm hitting the button. It's me.
Stop.
There you go.
There we go.
I was timing it.
It's okay.
Yeah,
we're almost done, I promise.
Okay.
So Let's see. So this woman who was the owner, she ended up asking me lots of questions about food and kept bringing different food items to me.
Yeah.
And I think we went back and forth at least 6 or more times. And then in the end, she was just asking, "What is this okay or not?" I would say, "No, it's not okay. Just replace the honey, replace it with like date syrup or
Yeah.
blackstrap molasses,
Right.
or try to avoid the sweeteners altogether and just use fresh fruit or dried
Yes.
fruit to make things sweet." But after all the questioning and everything later, I just said, you know what? Just watch Chef AJ. And that's all you need to do.
Yes.
And then I think it was 3 or 6 months later, she was walking with my boss on the veggie farm, and she made these delicious Brittany Giroudi dessert recipe, and she just became an expert. In 3 to 6 months, she watched Chef AJ almost every day during COVID.
Well,
And
yeah.
I was so impressed with
Yeah.
her. She went from basically being like kind of on the tilt, like
On the cusp.
on the cusp of deciding to do it or not, and man, she just rocked it. So my advice is always just turn on YouTube and watch Chef AJ, and you'll listen to all the
Good
pros.
advice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much. I
Yes.
appreciate the
Of
time
course.
and
Thank you
the
for
effort and
interviewing
the
me.
information.
I'm so impressed with you. You're gonna live past 100. My goal is to also be a centenarian.
Well, I'm only 88.
You're not far. You're gonna be a centenarian.
Well, 12 years. Let's hope. Keep your fingers crossed, guys.
Everything's crossed.
I will see you next time. And